being a player through that connector. They controlled that ground. They came in for the retake. Now, setting up for A, I'm not the biggest fan here. You know Durka's going to be absolutely on the ball. Yeah, and he just nails the shot. You're moving into an operator. What do you think?
Kita ganti bentar. Sebelum mulai.
Realizing that Poster is here to support, and suddenly they're all blind. Lucker wants to get that round. Double digits for who is the question, and he still keeps on tapping the bomb. Dirk is on it, and the ace is well deserved. Ice cold Finn, obviously bringing it home for Fnatic.
The name might start with A, but it's the A site that Fnatic dominate right now. It's absolutely brutal. Durka just dismantling any idea of what they wanted to happen there. Even with the Sage ult, the Resurrect, that was 6 players in that round for Alliance, and Durka moved through them like a knife through butter. Honestly, the guy is insane. I mean, he sat at the top. 23 kills right now for the squad. Incredible, incredible stuff. Lucker looked pretty good on this retake, I'll be honest. Had a big flank, a little bit late there, maybe to try and save the rest of his team, but when you're coming up against Durka, I mean, fair enough. Goodness me, what a round coming through from Durka. Ults online for Fnatic. Tempo in their favor, 10 and 9. They're looking at least the next 2 rounds, probably, and to put themselves on 12 and 9 would be phenomenal to see. Certainly looking pretty good for this one. The Vandal being brought on up for Alliance. They're trying to go for that hero rifle, trying to move that one forwards, potentially into Garage and open up in mid and B, potentially rotate towards that C position. But realistically, you're looking at Fnatic getting that 11th on the board, getting some confidence to come back into this one after their deficit at the first half.
And just as the thunderstorm outside of my window, Fnatic seems to strike with the same sort of force. 10 rounds that I have now obtained, and, you know, in the way that I'm very glad to see, because, like I mentioned earlier, if there's anyone out there who thinks that, you know, ACS and KDR and average damage per round is a great indicator of putting players in a sort of category, you're absolutely wrong. Please educate yourself on how, you know, team shooters work. At the same time, you want that Dirk performs. You want that he's absolutely on fire, playing a jet, being that sort of, well, not solo entry, because you never do any if there's, can you recall any move where Dirk seems stupid? I can't. It always is a very well done entry move. At the same time, you want him on top, and this is what he right now obtains. Absolute hero for Fnatic, as they have picked him up when he was even playing in the CIS scene. A lot of Europeans didn't even have on the radar, because, let's be honest, how many European Valorant fans are too much into CIS?
I mean, sure, for the average fans, I mean, for talent scouts, especially when you're looking at teams like Fnatic, at that sort of organization, they're going to be looking, they're going to have their eyes out, because they knew what Valorant was all about. Certainly in the early days, they were looking everywhere, picking up some of the UK guys as well. Obviously, Boaster coming on through from one of their squads. Alliance with their tactical timeout. Again, it's a very similar position to where Fnatic were towards their first half. It feels pretty similar in terms of what they're trying to do, just cut off that pacing. The Fnatic have been able to build up, try and play that circuit breaker card and bring themselves back, because they know that if they go down here, if they go 11 to 9, it's going to be very, very difficult in terms of not having that leeway to move through, not having the opportunities to potentially look to come back into it. And so Alliance now really wants to revise their strategy. At the moment, you've got Durka over on that C site. The question is, for Alliance, do you know that this is the sort of adjustment that Fnatic are going to be making? You don't really want to be moving up into the sightlines of Durka, I'll tell you that much. I mean, especially with the operator down C long. I mean, you know, safer times have been had, certainly. That much I can definitely say. So the question for me is, what do they go for? What sort of strat are they going to pull out? And at the moment, it looks like they're setting up for mid, but we've seen these rotate in towards an A, in towards a C, but the pings start to come down, and yeah, look at this. They want to try and play B with a flanking garage.
Well, if you're World 1, I'm sure you want to run into his crosshair. Other than that, you don't want to run into your crosshair of Doma as well. Man's on fire. Sure, he had a few weird wits from time to time, but brilliant stuff, pure aggression. This is the new Sky, by the way. If you have pretty much went into sleep mode ever since patch 2.0, this is 3.0, and well, this is how you play Sky nowadays. Fnatic showing strength early on.
Very, very solid from Doma. Just reads it, hears the footsteps, knows what's going on, flashes out, gets 2 kills. Absolutely worth. Doesn't have the Seekers online, so you know that isn't going to be wasted for that retake. And now Fnatic have 4 ults available. They allow B to be moved on through. They think they can get this retake, and it looks like they're going to have to do so. You need to move in. Magnum probably going to be on the flank here. An excellent Hunter's Fury is going to be pulled out of the bag to start things off for Boaster.
Yeah, but Boaster is lucky enough to have his bodyguards around him. Hype is definitely locking them in, and here we have the green wall. 3 Cloud for Optic, but other than that, the retake abilities of the Fnatic side look ideal. They have enough abilities and also ults that would help them out to obtain control, but now you gotta stay careful first of all. They know about the mid-control that Juicer holds, but do they also know who's waiting back in window? That is one of the things. At the same time, Lucker's waiting outside of the gates, and more players are coming towards the site. The defense remains strong, though. Lucker's teleporting in, and he's taking him out. No! And Starku is getting the no-scope, and you end up in front of his barrel, but Hydra has an opportunity to deny it once more. The quad has been brought in by the Frenchman, and it's actually Boaster who dies off of the explosion. It is exceptionally well played by those guys. And it's so crazy that I even call a Lithuanian a Frenchman. It's tied again.
This is why we say European Valorant is the best in the world. The plays going on in this round, honestly, the size of the balls collectively for these squads is absolutely gargantuan right now. It's incomprehensible what just happened. But there were 2 real things for Fnatic that I was worried about during that round. I feel like, first of all, they allowed Alliance to get onto the B site, fine. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take a break because the round's already popping off. A 1-for-1 trade, starting off pretty well. A pistol for Fnatic, they're expecting it, so a good trade to start things off. In the last round, I just want to say the rotation's a little bit slow to come in for the retake, and the kill on the backlines as well, but they start the C site take.
Well, again, it seems like it's going to be a long night, but I'm absolutely up for it, most literally. Boaster only coming in with a little frenzy here. As he's hitting the first. But old Jake is doing his best. 47 points of health, but killed in the process. 11 to 10. And look at him. What is Juicy saying? I have no clue. The man who came to Ireland 6 years ago, mother and father, French and Turkish, and previously played for Volvo Peak. Not too many players had him on the radar. Not too many noticed the capabilities, the strengths this man has. But for his age, an absolute talent that, well, maybe the 5th in the end. 5th player.
I mean, certainly something to be worried about. The thing with that round, though, just there, is that Fnatic on those pistols did a lot of damage to Alliance's bank. If Alliance aren't able to win this round, it's looking pretty disastrous. They're up to 11-11. Durka gets an early frag over towards Sewers. Back to basics for Fnatic, and they already give themselves the advantage. Juicy doesn't have that res available. They've got the lockdown to try and play behind, as well as the Seekers, which is excellent for a take. But the retake also equally strong coming on through. You've got that neural theft to isolate those post-plant positions, and the Seekers to lead them in as well.
Yellow.
Patience is key, as we all know. What's also key, and absolutely valuable, is that little lockdown in the hands of Hype. Could be just basically the life insurance, but as he's moving forward, Durka might just find him beforehand. Nope, that's not happening. And here it comes. The A site is under big attack right now here, John.
Looks like the Killjoy will be dropping that lockdown. Some pretty sneaky little spots you can stick alive in and stay unlocked down. Durka able to get the shot down onto height. Mystic swings out from hell for another, but Fearoth looking to try and do something into the round, finds two. Finally taken down by Mystic, but Jusu looking to rally on through, has the spike, moves to control, spots the flash around the corner, sprays it with the pre-fire, but Doma takes it down. A Fnatic who limited the economy last time put another punch into the gut of Alliance, and I do not know if they're going to be able to stand up and catch a breath from it.
And you see right now, it's over on Valorant Esports 4, where you can watch Rick's GG versus Vodafone Giants. Somehow they already have a free O scoreline for Vodafone Giants. It's magic. Don't know how to, but
Nah,
it's
they
magic.
disconnect.
Nobody knows. It's impossible to know. It's a super secret, but either way, they make it happen. They make it happen. A little bit of a technical timeout coming on through. But as I was talking about with the economies, with Fnatic, with Alliance, after the last round, now Kadevra is stuck over on that Guardian. They're putting the Vandal onto Juicy, but there's really no other rifles available. Fnatic, a full lineup right now. They have everything that they could need. Mystic has not had to invest there. They've got that Phantom from the last round. They're looking good to put that 12th up on the board. For me, this is the situation that Fnatic were really, really looking for, especially off the back of a couple of rounds that they potentially shouldn't have lost there. They don't really have too many ults to play with, though, and that's my main worry. You've got the res available for Jusu, and that could be crucial here, especially on an eco round. If you get 1-2 picks, you bring those rifles over, and all of a sudden, it's another story. A-site stack looking to be up for play.
One down.
No res.
From Durgan. There you go. Exactly as I mentioned. The res. Now out of the game. Close to realizing what's coming his way. But those shock darts just seemed like they should have killed Lucker in the end. Dodged it. Barely, most likely. And there's no flank from Fnatic. You see right there, they take absolutely no risks, as in the meantime, another player off the line side falls.
I mean, they're trying to go for the spike, but in this situation, it's really damage control coming through from Alliance. Sure, maybe they can pull off a miracle play, but the thing you're looking to do is try and put as many of those rifles in the dirt as possible. Try and keep Fnatic on the back foot. Don't allow Durka to get back on that operator. Try and deny
Come on.
those ult points coming through from the kills. I mean, if you're able to get the kills, fantastic, but Mystic already ready and waiting to report, but potentially a little bit of a bait coming on through. Mystic senses it, falls back to the A site.
30 seconds left.
I'm always amazed how much damage Alliance deal at the end of the day when there shouldn't be too much of an option for exactly doing so. And as I say it, Mystic falls, hype, Swiffin, and it only comes down to one. Lucker could at least put the spike on the ground. Most definitely is very keen to do so. And that's something. That's alright. Surely he should not stand a chance, and he's considering swinging. Okay, big risk. One player coming through, and Durka even being eliminated. Nevertheless, number 12 coming in for Fnatic, and let's be real, the likelihood of an overtime is probably quite high at this point, the way we saw them play.
Well, let's look at what happened last time these two teams faced, right? This is quite a long time ago, to be fair. This is back in April. This is before a lot of the roster changes that happened this year. It was back in April 1st. It's the same first two maps that we're going to be seeing. So Haven, the first map between these two teams, it went to quadruple overtime on Haven. It went 18-16, and Alliance were able to win it out in the end, and they're back on the rifles. They have their shot, but the question is, what are they going to try and pull off? Killjoy potentially looking to control towards C. Durka aggressive on A, but B site again potentially fast on the cards for Alliance. It worked out for them before. They were able to move through. Fnatic didn't respond fast enough. They didn't have the impact from the flank as well. And now it looks like potentially the same thing happening, but C site potentially a little bit more under focus right now for Alliance.
Well, for Alliance, it seems like it's time to shake off the cobweb off those weapons, and it seems like this is exactly what they're doing. Just ask for it. Thank you very much for doing so. Appreciate it, Nils. Vielen Dank. And as we're getting into the 12 to 11, it seems like we might just even end up in a tied-up situation. But there's still Dirk is sneaking up from behind. And that little turret didn't figure out a thing. No, Dirk, he whiffs like that. Just get caught by surprise. And it's a flawless. It's not a close round. It's not 3. It's not 4. No, it's all players surviving to get into overtime. I mean...
What happened? What on earth was that? I mean, there were a couple of whiffs coming through, and it felt like just Fnatic crumbled. They hadn't tried Seaside really in that same vein with the split up in Garage for Alliance. And Fnatic just were not ready. They did not expect that in the slightest. You have to be hitting those shots as well. I mean, you see Hype wandering through the dark cover. You have the advantage there. You should be winning those every day of the week. You have the cover from the Sentry as well. I mean, like, what more sort of an advantage can you want? But all credit to Hype for nailing that one. Goodness me. Absolutely on the swivel. Keep Alliance in the running. And now it's Fnatic's time to try and go for this attack as well. They're not practiced on it. The half obviously changing. And they're back in. But Kadavra, the 4 position given away, has to dash back with the Tailwind.
Well, as Chekhov's law said, if you see a 12-11, next thing you know is that there's an overtime coming or something like that. I don't know.
I think that's exactly what it is, yeah.
Exactly. I think I know Russian theater really well, so absolutely believe me on that. Man, professional Radiant player. Either way, getting away from that, it seems like Fnatic are once more coming up with an approach that's very slow. We saw them approach the B side a little slow, moving over, so on and so on. And at this point in time, the C side seems so alluring, doesn't it?
Oh, it's just so open. Come on, Fnatic. You know you want to. The sun's lovely. Bring your sun cream. Factor 50. But the tan they're getting probably a little bit more than they bargained for. Trying to get past this wall. Don't really want to wait for it to time out, but there's no one really that close by. And actually, the opener onto Hype in mid is so important. Durka immediately pulls the trigger. And this is a great start to the C site take.
Well, it looked like one alluring, glowing sight that they'll take. Absolutely did that. And as Juzu plays around the edge of that Omen smoke, is that gonna work that well is the question. Once more, patience is key. We know that.
Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
As we see their flank coming in over on the minimap in the form of Fearoff, is that even valuable? Durka finds Juzu, but Kadavra is still there, and Durka, who's now even slowed and makes a lot of steps, is going to be killed as well. It's a 3 versus 3. And the flank was not even relevant. They might just be able to stick that thing, and they will definitely do so, but they'll fake it as much as possible. Every single piece of utility is coming their way, and now we start the action. It's halved. Locker keeps on, but is being killed. And very honestly, Kadavra shouldn't and won't make this one work.
Excellent plant there coming through from Fnatic. I mean, they set up for long absolutely as they needed to. They moved through. There just wasn't time for Alliance to come back on in. Hype going down early into the round meant that those rotations were cut off, were slowed, because you have to be checking those angles more in mid. A fantastic take coming through from Fnatic. They start things off slow, they find their opening, and they flow like water all the way up the long. Durka immediately pulling that trigger and giving Fnatic the advantage they need. Looking to put that 14th up on the board and try and take themselves into the win.
I'm really surprised that this got this close. Like, I expected a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, Alliance has been showing amazing progress as team, and Banks announced it a while ago, formed this team that obviously had a few hurdles in their way. But Fnatic, they most definitely have issues against this team, and this will be a promising best of 3, but for now it is a promising haven. We're missed at the players to his left-hand side. He finally needs to kill him, and he even gets that double. Doma's on the right-hand side, and Man is eager for more. Realized that there came a few shots over out of that smoke. Nice. He still cannot support. That is the spike that still doesn't hit the ground. Kadavra's looking for the ace, but Doma says, I'm having none of that. Spike delivered on a silver platter.
Pulled up the Seekers as well. They know where Hype's going to be. Fantastic position right now for Fnatic. They have the spike. They know where Hype is. They have 2 players. They have the advantage. Durka has the operator. Brilliant stuff from Doma to be able to control the site. And Fnatic looking good. Durka seals the deal. And in round 26, Fnatic win their map pick. It was quad overtime last time these two teams faced here on Haven. But this time around, It's only going to be the one that Fnatic need. Alliance, unfortunately, going down 0-1 as Fnatic take the first.
First victory by Fnatic. At the same time, how close it was over the course of this game. It could have been a 13-11 at the end of the day. It was a flawless to put us into overtime. And I'll be very honest with you, John. If this is not the most promising sign, the harbinger of a great series, then I just don't know what is. This is going to be an amazing series, and this is just the first one for us tonight.
Yeah, fantastic game coming through. I mean, sure, it was close last time around, but with the roster changes coming in for both of these teams between those two, I feel like we weren't expecting it to be this close. You mentioned it during the games. It's just not what we were looking for, which really gets my hopes up for Icebox. I was expecting Fnatic to be pretty dominant in this series, I'll be honest, but after that, I am looking forward to what Alliance are going to be able to put on the table coming forwards.
And coming forwards, well, it's gonna be Icebox from the somewhat tropical haven to the ice-cold island somewhere in the northern part of this world. We'll just be right back with you. You better don't go anywhere. We'll head into a little break, and then we head on map number 2 with Fnatic versus Alliance.
Di 2 menit. Live. Sama kah?
In the last map as well. We've stabilized. They found the answer they were looking for. They now have a little bit more of a challenge. They do have Seekers to move through, so our Bloomer Boys not be feeling so good. For Team slowed down, but Meadow isn't, neither is Hoodie, and they finally break him back in. Rick's GG can't get set in their ways. They can't feel comfortable yet. Mickey Boy just on the other side of that, going to be slowed down, unable to make his way through.
Big adjustment, actually, from Giants there. Much quicker of a hit. On the back of really just Showstopper and Seekers in tandem. Now they have themselves a 5-man post plant with the Hunter's Fury.
GG go next? Feels like it. Maybe they got other plans.
Last player standing.
Oh, yeah, there's no way through. Barricades up. Walls come down. Mickey Boy's literally getting the firing squad around the corner. Oh, Meadows got him. Giants make it towards 6.
You see, actually, what knock-on effect that has on the economy, because talking about on split, there was one round where I was thinking, actually, you know, if this one doesn't go their way, it could be 8-4, and I think mirror image, we're in a similar situation here, Lauren.
Yeah, and it was your Yoru impression that I wanted.
I'll tear through.
Joe, fair play to you for doing it. But
It was a little creepier than that. Maybe I'll perfect it
that's
before
more
the
for Mitch.
broadcast out.
Mitch has the weird whisper sort of voice. We don't get to talk about it too much, but it does seem as though Hunter's Fury's been popped. I was thinking, okay, you know, Ambi, I'm never gonna doubt you, dude. You know exactly what's up. Vidinho's just gonna bound into the site. We do have the KJ ult coming in as well, so safety in, I guess, knowing that's down. Tom forced to respect it. He can't do much more than fall away now. Spike is down. And Rick's GG presented with a tough retake here.
Oh.
Well, made it worse.
Yeah, instantly, actually.
Oh, they've lost down both of their flashes, both ways to maybe crack back in here. Hoodie just confirming, yeah, more towards CT. They're still there, don't worry.
And an operator as well, which is a huge burden at this point.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, and they're actually going to look to punish it. Probably going to try and just hang on to it for dear life here. But Fatinho, David P, and Ambi all chasing him down. Gets the first.
Just live, Fry,
Whiff on the
live.
second.
Live.
Actually, going to get away with it. I'll tear through.
In the half.
That one was better. That one
That
was
was
much better.
much better. Yeah, he had some commitment to that. And someone's asking, you know, why is this game so disrespected? No UI and on Valorant Esports 4. Well, as said, we are the...
They didn't look, let's say, consolidated as typically we have seen from Fnatic in the past. They are a little bit shaky, and I feel like Alliance kind of gave them a way out because they changed the way they played. I was talking about like how Yusu kind of spearheaded a lot of games for Alliance.
Sama ini.
It's all good. Jewel Reaver 17 was up to 16 taken. Bloody hell. But it is 4-7. The first pick has come in this time. So maybe that Op's going to get a little play. The flash, I think, went out of range on that, or they didn't pop it just as it came through. That could have shown Fatinho's position. Maybe set up Luzza there, but no one else just be playing that corner game. Fatinho.
See, I love this though. Two really quick pieces towards B here. Now has got Rix kind of anticipating the same thing. Yet look at that. The flash hooked in all the way from long, actually. They'll give the information away. Fatinho can hold onto control out sense. He doesn't need to force the issue here. The orbital strike actually going to be the one. That is absolutely perfect. No risk
Quite nice.
whatsoever.
No, none. And now Fatinho's going to just expand upon that, start exploring a little further, finds Latex in between a rock and a hard place, but Mickey Boy's at least dealt with the threat coming in through Hookah. Now, they're going to adjust quickly, but look at this, they're already predicting this. You already have Tom over here. You have KJ over here. I'm still waiting to see if Tom's got everything yet. Okay, so he's going to pop the ult as well, so that's even better. They have so limited options. Fry, going to pop that down. And now everything's just been put into place. 10 seconds, how are you going to break into this one? Tom's holding this like an absolute god-tier game. Finds two. Fry's there to find David P.
Nice.
Great trading. And 5-7.
And again, yeah, just RixGG proved me wrong. At the point where I think there's a pivotal round where things can potentially end up disastrous for them. Yes, previously it was 6-6. 7-5 here, considering how some of those rounds throughout the midway in that half went.
Enemy remaining.
It's the best possible scenario in my eyes. And again, we want to talk win conditions.
Yep.
It's not the worst half considering this composition, right? This is where we'd now expect to see Rix maybe lean on this flash heavy composition a little heavier.
I want to see it come through. I truly do. I feel as though, as said, once we kind of got that underway on even on the defending side, it started to look much better, but I do want to see how this looks now. This could change a great deal of the game. But again, Giants have been tough to tussle with. Let's see how this looks already. Flash goes in, forcing David P away, noting his position. Dog to follow to clear the close corners, but Molly comes in to deny a quick push off the back of it. But this isn't really the full intention. You still had Hoodie walking down here, and I don't know if he's been made aware that there's still players around. There's two playing towards long. What an interesting start to things. So much presence towards Showers shown, but then first contact made towards B.
Yeah, and this is problematic because one member of Giants has already hit that rotate preemptively. It's just Luzza keeping him occupied for the time being. Luzza has shown presence once again, but a couple of bits of utility invested here should be all Giants need to know. They're holding on to this. 3 towards A, 2 towards B here, because RixGG are not advancing. They have no control towards either site right now.
No, and they haven't really been given a reason to... Oh, Fatinho, this could be... the right click on the classic, it terrifies me. It's like a little shotgun waiting for you. 3 players now noted. They've seen a lot here. Hoodie's seen it all. Fatinho's gonna be waiting to see if he can maybe deny one approach here, knowing the prize on the other side. Here's the steps, the jump is nasty, kind of trying to depend on that right click, but away we go and around we go. TP taken, but this time from the defensive side, of course. Trying to play it back through, but look at the flank coming in. Look at what's going to be happening. If maybe Meadow can do something about this, cause a problem. Fatinho still is going to be a nuisance. Time.
Yeah, it's just a really, really weird pistol round to watch.
Yep.
I'll be honest, though. And Hoodie basically single-handedly holding 4 members of Rick's GG at bay.
I don't know how.
Yuk main aja. Tunggu dulu. Anda tidak bisa. Kayo. Bisa aku buka kayo.
Match found.
Astaga, icebox.
Spoil iklan.
I am both shield and sword.
Yang lain udah 30 dan sebagainya, tapi kita masih 7. Gini pagi. Nah, bodoh lah.
Sage, you lock them down, and I'll take them out, just like we practiced.
What? Nol.
Reloading. Wall raised. Enemy spotted A. Snap.
What the fuck?
Night night. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. But I'm die. Maybe rotate.
Spike planted.
Out of charges. There.
Reloading.
Oh, was that important?
Pay attention. Might learn something. Watch and learn.
Wall raised.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A.
You're back.
Cutting through.
Healing you.
What the fuck? Jet lo.
Idiots. Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
Ya, run and gun. Itulah gaya kami.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. 30 seconds left.
Oke, dia mulai.
Remember, Brimstone. If anything happens to you, I'll take the lead.
Nah, terputus. Sinyalnya terputus.
Barrier created.
Hey, again.
Careful here. Many enemies A.
Anjing diambil.
Spike down A.
Gun here.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Go, Brim. Nice.
The dimensional fabric here is thin. I'll tear through.
Ignite this place, Raze. Barrier created. You should run. Opponent killed.
Last player standing.
B.
Spike planted.
Satchel out.
I'll teach them to respect their elders. I need a drop.
raised.
Enemy spotted A.
Help. Here.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A.
Bye. Oh.
Careful here. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Anjing to be.
Enemy spotted B.
Defuse the spike. For you. Not that important.
Wait.
Let's strike first.
What?
It's better than having to strike back.
Bakit?
Let's go. Get out of my way.
Decoy. Enemy spotted A.
Wall raised.
Enemy spotted B.
Enemy. Ugh.
Spike planted.
Anyone else?
Last player standing.
Three. Time to jump.
Tolong ini kok bisa 70? Ketemu dari sini. Oh, nice.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
I need a thanks. Reloading. Safety's off.
Barrier created. Here.
Enemy spotted A.
Enemy spotted mid.
Ouch. Decoy. Enemy spotted mid.
Anjing. Sial.
Bomb buddy out.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down B. 10 seconds left.
Welcome to my world. Commendable. Again.
I need a drop. Thanks.
Create some chaos.
Barrier created.
Decoy.
Enemy spotted mid. Reloading.
Get grounded. Healer down.
Here.
Here. Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining. Thirty seconds left. Flawless.
Kayak
Let
tembakan.
them try to get through me.
Tiba-tiba. Tembak. Nice.
Gun here.
Random.
Forward. Wall raised. Get him.
Enemy spotted A.
Decoy.
Ditinggal temennya sendiri.
Spike down A.
Enemy spotted A. You will not kill my allies. Get out of
Bujang, bujang.
Satchel out.
One check B, one check B.
I'll handle this. Here. Enemy spotted A.
Not A.
Enemy
Well,
spotted
A.
A.
Thirty seconds left.
Who's next?
One enemy remaining.
Belakang lu.
Dire is
Nice.
other people.
There
Out of
is
charges.
other people.
This is fun. Who needs training dummies when you have real dummies?
Yoru, skin please. Yoru, pandal. Yoru, pandal. Nah.
They want more of me? Fine.
Oke.
Time to jump.
Jadi
Barrier created.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A. Yikes. Enemy spotted A.
Here.
Enemy spotted A.
Here.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Spike spotted A. Okay, time for a protein shake.
You're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy to pick off. Barrier created. There.
Spike planted.
Jets grounded.
bangsat dari sana anjing.
Enemy spotted B. Molly. Your fault.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
One defuse, one defuse.
Last player standing.
No time, run.
Clutch. Last round in the half.
Spend your money now. There's no
Back in hell. Thanks. I need a drop. Thanks.
Together. Here.
Decoy.
Wah anjing.
Spike planted.
Sudah, mas.
Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B.
Be careful, Odin.
Last player standing.
Ah, lama.
Open up the sky!
Switching sides.
Look at me. I know that I am by your side. On my way. Reloading. Reloading.
Spike down A.
I have the spec.
One enemy remaining.
Wall raised. Spike planted.
Pick something nice to kill them with. Instead of these two. Have at 'em.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A. Blocking sight. For you. Enemy spotted A. Stay down.
Now we're cooking.
One enemy remaining.
Wait.
Barrier clear. Spike planted.
Move in after I strike. That's where it's weak.
Forward. Reloading.
Cutting through.
Reloading. Reloading. Duck. Reloading. Barrier clear.
One enemy remaining.
Spike planted. Thanks. That sucks. We got this.
Jet spike.
I need a drop axe.
Behind.
One enemy remaining.
Battle out.
Stay in range of my stim beacon. We'll mow them down.
I need a drop. Thanks.
Thank you.
Reloading. Here.
Be careful in mid.
Enemy spotted B.
Spike down B.
Get out of my way. Your duty is not over. Okay. Reloading.
Lagi mati.
Decoy. Enemies
Oh, sorry. Gara-gara.
30 seconds left. Last player standing. Spike down B.
C. I got the spike. Time to jump.
10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Wah, dijaga. Oke, mulai. Oke.
Race to the spike site.
Mulai tadi ya. Boleh. Oke. Dari
I needed sacks.
tak perlu.
We go.
Enemy spotted A.
Molly.
Reloading. Reloading. Here.
Decoy.
Reloading. Here. Plant the spike. Reloading. Hold me.
Killed them.
30 seconds left.
Here.
Cutting through.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Enemy spotted. Decoy.
Welcome
Match point.
Usher them towards their eternal rest.
I need a drop.
Can I get a drop?
Thanks.
Here.
Try not to die.
On my way.
Brim. Still. What the hell?
Enemy spotted A.
You should run.
Back.
Last player standing.
Boleh.
We fight once again. Can someone get this?
Sucks.
Can someone get this? Can someone get this?
Help! Let's go! I'm saving.
I have the spike. Here.
Reloading.
All light out. Blocking sight. Barrier engaged. Light plant.
Behind.
You will not kill my ally.
Last player standing.
Who's next?
Clutch. Attackers win. One enemy remaining.
Who were you, ancestor? Where's the hell did
Match found.
Bye. Mudah-mudahan bukan Smurf. Nih.
The spike. Concealment! Concealment! Need that back. More race. Plant. Placing alarm bomb. Turret up. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Last player standing.
Anjing. Bengong bangsat.
One down. Toxins going up. Get out of the way. Don't worry. Don't think it, eh? Bring them in! Reloading. Blocking vision. Obscuring vision. Reloading. Healing.
Wah, anjing.
Strike down A. I got the spike. Taking that back. Reloading. Gun here.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Planted. Healer down.
One enemy remaining.
Ah, dapet dia.
Together, we will bury them under their transgressions. here. For you. Facing sentry.
The hunt begins.
Here. Rest. Imposter killed.
Last player standing. Spike down, attacker spawn. Thirty seconds left.
I have the spike.
Ten seconds left.
Spike left.
Anjing.
We get a pick, we move in. Got it? Spike's here. They're not better than me.
Spike down A.
Kebanyakan gaya. Udahlah.
Spike down A. Left. Last player standing.
Barkobanik ngapain dia? Jauh kali.
Ten seconds left.
Nggak dapet. Saving aja dah. Wah, hampir mati.
Nice enough to die in. Let's win and get out of here. Let's fly. Blocking them. Obscuring vision. Damn it. Blocking sight. Inside B. Leave that back. Here. Don't get in my way. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Wah, OP bangsat.
Placing sentry.
Be careful in back OP.
Swarm grenade out.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Clutch. That was close.
Masih dapet ya?
And I always have something to say.
Ya kali aku pakai OP di sini bangsat.
Reloading.
Revive me dead. Whoa.
Barrier created. Your duty is not over.
Wah anjing. Anjing ini.
Last player standing.
What? Ngapain berbaris?
Wind, show me where to go.
Kenapa dia nggak ngentri gitu?
Nowhere to run!
Bye. Astaga. Nah, ya dah. Tapi dia lebih berguna daripada
Spike down A. Last player standing.
That's done. No more Sova.
Seconds left.
I've told you, you are better than all this, Papa. Show your heart, eh?
Rotate, rotate, rotate. Good. Ulti, ulti, ulti.
Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Anjing. Nggak sempat. What?
They look like us, but are they us? I have so many questions. Keep up. Here. Spike on spike. Spike drop. I have the spike. Welcome to my world. Facing sentry.
Six, rotate, six.
Wah!
Last player standing. Spike down B. 30 seconds left.
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past.
Blocking vision. Concealment.
Turret out.
What the fuck?
Spike down A.
Recovering it.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
If you lose focus, you die. Breathe when it's over.
I got money. Need something?
Anyone have funds to spare? Thank you.
Obscuring blocking vision.
Here. Pulling them in. Good. Reload.
Turret out. Enemy in attack spawn.
Don't get in my way. Spike planted.
Got one.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Last round before the switch.
Can't take anything with us after this. Go for broke. Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
Yeah. Round 2 fight is gone.
For you. No charges left. Here. Turn out.
The hunt begins.
Initiated. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Imposter kill.
Nowhere to run.
Last player standing.
No charges.
One enemy remaining.
Clutch.
Switching sides.
Try to get through.
Tapi enggak jadi. Toreret, totot, toret, totot. Mau ulti tapi enggak jadi.
Turret out. Right there. Right there.
We go. Barrier clear. Here.
What the?
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A.
What?
Night night.
Poison's gone.
Spike planted.
Placing swarm grenade.
Last player
Swarm grenade
standing.
out.
Kebanyakan.
Let's get these idiots.
Iron abadi. Gini dah.
Isolate them and kill them. Barrier created.
B. Oh no. 1A, 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 1A.
Spike planted.
Bangsa. Sesat.
Toxin screen down. Last player standing. One enemy remaining. I can't die here.
Take a breath now. Release the tension. Good? Let's go. Wall raised. Here.
Spike planted.
Found them. Jet's grounded. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Fuck.
Last player standing. Match point.
Time to stock back up.
All B, all B, all B, sit, go B, sit, go B.
What the fuck?
Last player standing.
Nowhere to run!
Attackers win.
Ini kenapa sih lambat kali? Wah, lambat kali, ya Allah. What the fuck? Seriously?
Anubis back in Mena in Egypt as well, representing in the campus clash. So fantastic stuff from this guy. Really a standout player. Raise a specialty potentially for Shalaby, and we'll see if they're able to have the impact that they're looking for on it here on Bind. Obviously, Bind, one of the more prolific Raise style maps, clearing out places like Hookah, clearing down U-Hauls, a lot of power to move through quickly, and the lineups that this guy has in the back pocket are insane as well. So look out for those from Shalaby with BDS, and they're giving them no quarter.
I tell you, got to play only with 3 in this one, and considering we're coming out of bonus situation, a bit surprising in the end. 50 more seconds on that clock remaining. Sender's gonna be realizing, yep, I can't pretty trespass that one, and suddenly the support could just arrive easily. Well, you have to break that wall. Are you, though, dedicating yourself to that site?
Zoning away, keeping those blast packs there. Shall I be moving forwards quickly, covering ground?
30 seconds left.
Vitality own the A site right now, but there's a lot of forces looking to retake it from them, and they're in a really good spot to do it.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like that round number 1 where suddenly the time is not even in your favor anymore. But Vitality got the spike down. BDS are intrigued to make this a swift one, but there is a lot of opposition that is just awaiting them. Loki playing on the edge of that wall, but just falls down in time. And as Sender falls as well, it might just all collapse. It is only Loki standing. Vitality need the first round, but they don't get it. BDS once more on it. Brilliant stuff. And the most worrying sign for me right here, John, orbital strike.
Very difficult to play through. Very, very difficult. Not only, well, to be fair, not even only to play through, right? It's also difficult to hold off in a post plant. And that's kind of where Vitality slipped up a little bit there. They weren't covering off short. They felt like that was going to be guarded with those sight lines. And all credit to BDS. You know, it's so tempting. You're playing 2 players in U-Hauls, you hear that spike starting to get planted, and you want to swing, right? You want to be going out and getting those frags, stopping that plant. But the calls come through. They say, chill out. Let's wait. We're going to hold. We're going to let them get this spike down, and we're going to retake us 4. That's exactly what came through. They played it perfectly timed, and they allowed Vitality to sink themselves in that ship that they sailed all the way up to the A site.
Takis moving backwards. No Lamb's control out, but Vitality, well, that was swift, that was fast. Spikes on the ground, over on the A site, and as Takis is holding Lambs comfortably and casually. Is he hitting him off guard? Yes, he does. BDS don't want to end the streak anytime soon. He doesn't see a thing, though. Poor Takis blind in the end and definitely needs some glasses. But here it comes. The orbital strike gets all the players out of Lambs. Brams is taking a long way around, who still has a Molotov to do something in the post plant at least, but still, the control has been taken. They have halved it. They go on. And the Tower of Strength called BDS is going to be taken out. They still have an opportunity to deny the defuse. But the Molotov has not landed according to plan. This could be working. Oh, gosh, you got to do something about it. And there's no chance. That spike's going to explode and blow them all up. Time was their friend, and utility as well.
The new blood for Vitality holds them in the round. Brings that one on the board, gets them off the mark. A great round to do it as well. That's going to hit the BDS economy. It's going to make sure that they can keep it on limited and just, you know, get them a little bit more chilled. Shadowby, you can see, nails that headshot. Even with the half there, just tucks away in the corner. Had 2 blast packs available as well. If Gatcha tried to stick that, it would have been going down either way. So fantastic stuff from Vitality to be able to pick up that round. Now we're into a full rifle, an A sight on the cards. No orbital strike to contend with. You've got the Seekers, you've got the Viper's Pit. If this is a Vitality that if you get onto site, you're not taking it back.
Tell me what you want, but you hate to see this. I mean, I don't necessarily hate to see it because of Vitality one, but you hate to see it because the reasonable thought would have been BDS easy retake lol, but that obviously didn't happen. And a minute 10 on the clock, it seems like they now fell in love with the A site, at least for the moment, and I don't know how you feel about it. For a second I thought 5 players end up on the A site for BDS.
Vitality still yet to make that full move, but trying to exit out the showers. There's the paint shell over the top. The slows, the utility being invested now for Vitality. They're loading it up. They're trying to cock the gun, and there goes that Viper's Pit. They're trying to just hold on to this with everything they've got. They've even got the Showstopper now available. Sender falls. The Viper's Pit's down.
That's the worst. Absolutely the worst. 30 seconds. And they haven't even wasted a thought on swapping positions. Intrigued over the A site, and they'll go with it. Spike, though, once more dropped to the ground, whilst Takis doesn't stand a chance. Logan is here for the revenge, and the body's got the control over the side, except Shalabai, who stands a major chance, but, well, there you go. No, he stays alive, but Akuma is closed the case. Oh, well, for a second I was somewhat scared, but no, they got that.
I mean, I said this is a Vitality that if they get onto the site, you're not going to take them off. It felt like they had never got onto that site. I mean, they dropped the Viper's Pit, sure, for Sender, got taken away. It was just never the case that they fully had control of a site. You need to be getting on there with everything. You need to be getting through. Now they don't have Seekers. Now they don't have that Viper's Pit. They have Orbital Strike and Showstopper. So this is a Vitality that needs to run as fast as they can and bang their faces against the wall to see if they can break onto the site. The question is, do they do it this round, or are they going to hold back for when they have a little bit more weaponry? I feel like you don't want to overinvest on these rounds when you could be looking for those pop-offs.
Very much indeed. And Jalwep is getting through to market. The nade is forcing him to make a move. Well, even the small little paint shells get him out of lamps easily. So lights out it is for him. Rodent, can he escape? Well, to some degree. Still, there is the judge. Verdict spoken, but Logan getting the headshot ready. No option for the Vitality side of things. Take your own medicine. Take it. 5-1 for BDS. Proper start.
Really solid. Yeah, absolutely. And counter to a lot of the thoughts, obviously, on the desk, on what we were saying here. I mean, sure, this is BDS's map pick. They should be more comfortable here. Picking it up, they think they have an advantage. So far, they've shown us that they have. But you have to take into consideration the momentum that's gained from that pistol round. Sure, you win a round. It's kind of only been 3 properly competitive rounds so far in this half. And of those, it's 2-1 right now to BDS. That is not really too much to worry about for Vitality just yet, but still, you need to be starting to put them up because you don't want to be down at the half on your defense here.
No, you don't want to be. Fully with you. And, you know, Vitality seem to be unfortunately missing a slight bit of ingenuity when it comes down to those executes, in the sense of that I hardly see any fakes, I hardly see any kind of swaps late in the round. It seems like they dedicate to a side and then they do it. And that ingenuity is just missing from the Vitality side. At least this is what it feels like.
Absolutely, and BDS are just ready and waiting to find these shots. They're landing damage. They're keeping them at bay with 45 seconds as well. Vitality are fairly committed to B. I mean, the spike's over towards that teleport. They can move over to A, but they just don't have those openings. This is what you potentially wanted to see. They've left the Viper on the defense. They've left that Viper with the Viper's Pit over there. Can Roden knock out these shots?
And this is where Logan chimes in. Goodness gracious, the right click coming in from Roden. This is nasty. Failing with his operator, making it work with the free pistol to get at round start. Roden is definitely on it, but not much more to do. Takas would still have the Viper's Pit, but he could be the savior of the round again. Takas is. It looked dangerous for a second, but put the Viper on the server and let him do the job. Excellent stuff coming out from him. Really strong performance. And at the same time, how scary it looked over on B.
Wow, fair enough. I mean, absolutely fantastic from Takas to run through and get this clutch. Let's take a look at that replay. I mean, clean retake coming through. Knew exactly where he was looking. 2 headshot kills. Brilliant. I was a little bit disappointed. The Rodent didn't get a little bit more value over on that long, but still that jumping right click, very, very valuable. Kept things to a minimum. And now comes the Viper's Pit. Controls the showers. And there's very little way that Vitality are going to be able to get back in on that A site. Luckily, they've spread out. They're not playing aggressive in just one position. Fortunately for them, though, they've lost both key ultimates on the Raze, on that Brimstone as well. So no Showstopper, no Orbital Strike going to be on the cards. That's going to slow them down a little bit. And with a round or 2, or maybe even 3 before Sender and Vac have the Seekers and the Viper's Pit online, it's looking pretty sparse right now when you're coming up against that. Well, obviously they invested the Viper's Pit this round on the defense for BDS, but you've got Logan on the Orbital Strike. That's going to hold you off. That's going to be very difficult to deal with. The advantage for BDS right now is more than 6-1. I'm looking at this and thinking 8-1 is really on the cards right now.
For you.
And every time I'm proved it a little bit wrong. Trying to fall a little bit back. Roden Nails the first shot for BDS over on this B site.
Yeah. And there he goes. They were going to counter.
Marshall over up. Who knew?
And Logan got to be checked. This got to be a very precautionary measure. No chance in the end. And the spike has been brought into the sand. It doesn't vanish yet, but it's 5 more seconds to get that spike down. Is anyone going to hold him up in time? Yep. It's going to be Takas again. Doing an excellent stuff. And man, oh man, would have I expected this to be so one-sided. I genuinely wouldn't say that this is such a shrewdly BDS who are just doing this coruscating moves again and again. It is just a vitality, missing a bit of cohesion there, missing a bit of team play. And obviously, can you be mad at them? No, they're still playing with a stand-in at this point. And that's obviously way different than playing with a roster that even thought about extending to 6.
Yeah, it's certainly, and if you'd have said this game was going to be one-sided, not many people would have predicted that it was going to be this BDS dominant. Now with Sender on that Viper's Pit, they need to get up to the site, and this is just what Vitality have not been able to do. You spoke about a lack of ingenuity, and that is what it feels like. Vitality currently floundering to try and find an opening that just is not presenting itself. BDS have it on lock, they're moving people where they need to be. Vitality thinking about investing the res here over onto Shalabi, but Akuma's there to just take it straight down.
Vitality just, they simply can't flourish. Can't make up any space. No territory really gained early on in the round. It's not like they're working off any major advantage and then just wait it out. It's really just the execution that they coordinate and then, well, obviously execute. Who could have guessed? And as Rodent, it's just going away from all the action that's coming towards him. Spike most likely will hit the ground just this moment.
Okay. Sure. I mean, Takas just rolls straight on through, brings another player down, but the spike gets planted, and Vitality now have a little bit of control with no Viper's Pit. It's not full, but Loki nails another kill. Keeps them in the running, and Vitality look to try and hold on for now. Only threat comes from the site. Takas isolates them in the corner. Vac punches out with a back to the wall swing strong. Brams with 2. And a nail in the coffin there to the round. Vitality hold out the post plant against 4 from BDS.
And, well, I can't be lying to you. I'm a little bit bewildered by what just happened there. Vitality seemed like they could not win this with a proper double peak from Takas as well as Akuma, but it seems like communication was just missing there. Just double swing, and, well, there you have a sandwich of Vitality, but that didn't happen. But it's just round number 2. Obviously, 10 rounds could be secured by BDS, but, well, if Vitality finally got some fuel for their machine, and now they run and fire on all cylinders, we're gonna figure that out.
Here comes Rodent. There's a teleport as well that's come in through the back on the defense and swings out with the showstopper. Nails the kill onto Vac, and on a rifle round at this kind of round difference as well, that's a crucial pick for the defense on BDS. They take out Vac, they take out the Seekers, and really the only wrecking ball that can smash through the wall here to lead them in with that ultimate. Lucky for them is that they're not against too many ults from BDS. There is the res in hand, sure. But if they can take down that res, if they can take down the Sage, then all of a sudden, it's a different story. They equalize, and there's no possibility of that res. Moving over towards the B site, though, it's more than likely the Sage is going to be on the retake. If you take a player down towards their spawn, towards hookah, towards elbow, that's a resable position if BDS play their cards right. So you need to be worried not only about if you can win these fights, but where you take them as well for this push for Vitality.
Shalabi entering the side with his mates. Taka's the only one waiting back in the container. The right timing, he's not gonna hit it. Well, he should have, but at the end of the day, shots were not on point. Well, suddenly, as we see right there, something has just left us. That was actually the possibility of a Viper's Pit, but as I say that, the revive, the resurrection didn't go according to plan, and, well, Vitality Their defiant approach is bringing them the third. Wouldn't have expected that necessarily. At the same time, well, somewhat unfortunate.
Yeah. The theory behind that res, I think, was sound. You get them up, you bait out the peaks, you try and force them to stop that res from going through. There was a player over in hookah and playing from spawn, but a crucial barrier orb from Loki isolates that player. No more do you have a crossfire coming through from spawn. You look towards hookah, you nail that player, absolutely take them out of the equation, and immediately you pick up a second as well. A quick trade down mid. It's good news for Vitality, but still they're down 7-3. Brahms forced now into play against this short, and Roden nails the shot with the Sheriff.
Oh, I would be surprised if BDS would be suddenly bogged down by what they've done just the previous few rounds, but obviously, what I learned from Kakuka, this is called a pocket round by BDS, so it seems like what they just pull out of their pockets works brilliantly, but, well, can be done in a matter of seconds. Swapping over to the side of A seems to be the direction. If it is a fake or not, depends if back is finding a kill or not. But here's the revive. Now they know where Brahms is. Take a look at that flank from Akuma.
Nailed the res there. Needed that orbital strike on board for the post plant. If they can get up to sight, they can get the spike down again. They can look for it, but instead of the post plant, they invest it on the push, and it's gonna go well. Brahms takes one, Shalabi with another. Roden curtails it out of curtain, out of showers, but we'll pull the curtain across, and an excellent flanker to Thrifty comes through. BDS out of nowhere retake the round.
Last round in the half.
You gotta be joking me that this is working out easily. No way at all. That suddenly BTS make it work off of a few pistols they bought.
Let's take a look at that. I hope we get to see Akuma. I mean, they open up, they get great kills. Vitality looking to move forwards, but all of a sudden Roden nails the shot on Shishabali, and Akuma just bang, 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 bang. I think that's 6 shots total, taking down 2 players as Roden continues to rain down from the showers. Excellent from BDS to hold on to that.
Well, BDS off the leash, untethered, as they want to be that authoritative force over here on Binds, and most definitely they are for this second. Roden is coming with the support. The pain shells land right where they need to. Brahms is out, a kill after another, and suddenly Hook is becoming more of a slaughterhouse than a fuming room.
Vitality are going to be fuming after that last round. See if they can come back swinging. It looks like they're taking down Roden over on the long. Spike not committed yet, and it looks like a regroup on the cards of Vitality. Now they can choose where they want to go. No ults to contend with. They don't need to worry about a Viper's Pit on any entryways, which means they have the pick of the litter when it comes to it. And what this time has done is allowed BDS to push out, but what it's also allowed is for Vitality to consolidate their position, wait for this aggression, and use that to their advantage.
And this is where you really got to ask yourself if that push was mandatory, or if, I mean, I get it that you want to gain the piece of information and try to rule out where the aggression is going to come from. At the same time, well, you could call this an overextension, maybe to some degree, but it's not over. That round is not done yet. Takas, as well as his teammate, still stands somewhat of a chance. So, Count just taking his time. I still got my doubts that they actually make this one work. Sure, the wall is going to fall down any second soon. The snake bite might be valuable to get Loki out of position, but there's still 2 others who are very intrigued to make a move. And as I say that, back low HP to be taken out. At least that happened, but I got my doubts that much more than that is just going to be happening.
The Viper is still up and available for Sender. Has got the snake bite, and there's no way it can go through. There's just no time. No progress on the defuse. No bullets in the chamber. And the teleport's there to kill Gatch as well. 8 and 4 on the half. Vitality with a late resurgence, but still pretty significantly down at the half. Now it's their turn to hold out on the defense. Are they going to be stronger here? Are they going to be able to find those frags? It felt like they weren't proactive, and that's where they were losing out on their attack. Now it's their turn to be a little bit more reactive, and maybe that's more within their wheelhouse here on Bind against this roster from BDS.
I will not die here.
One enemy remaining.
And considering the kind of damage you deal in this round, it's nice and great. Obviously, not relevant as we're swapping sides. Well, oh well, will problems ensue for Vitality at this point?
Let's go for the throat.
Or will they rise like a monolith? I don't know. But at the same time, I'm sure I'm more than eager to find out. Same as for good John here, but at the same time... No way!
Oh, Brahms.
He's
Oh,
capitalizing on that!
They can't even peek him. There's pressure from Loki, and there's the teleport. Oh, Shalabi with the right click.
Last player standing.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Rodan last man standing. The nade goes right where it belongs. 53 points of health left. That little Tasmanian tiger, no way.
Man, escaping the sightlines there. Drops out the Doomba as well. Isolates some of those bullets. Needs to get that reload in. Rodan does manage it and actually picks up the spike. Moves towards an orb. Vitality giving more quarter than you'd expect against BDS here.
Hold on.
Rodan has made it to A site against all the odds and might even look to go around the world to B. I mean, sure. Vitality, they had the spike. They had a 3-player advantage. And they've let BDS get the spike all the way over to the other side of this map. All the way over onto B. 30 seconds. They haven't heard this plan. And now they've got to move. In a retake, you can find 2 picks. It's not unheard of.
Well, I just wanted to say I have some sort of precognition that this could be ending badly, but obviously I was wrong. Vitality starting off good. This brings us a 5th round in favor of the Big V, a team that still struggles to show us any big success on the big Valorant stage. At the same time, an orc that obviously wants to gain that. One of the biggest ones in the world, I would say. Either way, that's odd. I mean, that they let him pass that far, it's a little odd for me.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's certainly a little bit of a misstep. It allows another point towards the ultimate for Rodan, getting that spike planted, and sure, you pick up the kill towards the end of it. You've got Shalabi on an equal score, but it's a point that didn't need to be given over. And you've got to worry about the tempo of those super high value ults like the Showstopper that can come and change around like nothing else. And moving up towards the long, it's now on to the 2nd round. You're going to see those SMGs. And it has Shalabi. You got the judge yet again. That blast pack lineup looking to try and come through.
Shalabi is going very aggro in with the judge. I mean, what else? Up close and personal seems to be the only real description for this damn weapon. I generally don't like it very much.
A force coming out from BDS as well means that they're getting taken down early for Rodan. Really impactful to the economy. BDS need to be careful here.
I generally think it feels a bit like some bad odor when it comes to public transport. It's just annoying. You don't want it. Get it out of me. But either way, just getting away from the very odd topics of public transportation. Public transportation, indeed, directly into hell. That's at least what Shalabi does with Takas. Spike's gonna be hitting the ground though, nevertheless, and no paying attention to the elbow. Logan has one tough task up ahead of him. You could call it impossible.
Absolutely. Shalabi nails a 3rd. I don't know if you caught that towards the middle of the round, but immediately after getting that long-range kill with the judge, a 3-tap, getting the kill over towards B short out of hookah, immediately planted the blast pack on the wall behind him, bumped straight towards that mid position to watch for any refrags coming through, play closer with that judge. You got to do more damage, and a little bit unexpected, obviously, if the enemy player has pinged you out, has made your position known. So, I mean, I am really starting to like how Shalabi's turning it on here, especially on this defense. And you get a little bit of a replay here. You can see, look, 4 taps actually come on through. Immediately satchel on the wall there to pump straight towards that mid. Really heads up. I think it's really, really intelligent play coming through from this new blood, and now up to 7 out of 8 on this Showstopper.
And they're entering the site. Brahms once more with the judge, just waiting for the right kind of timing, while his teammate already capitalizes on those kills. Brahms is coming out of his little smoke there. And sure, Spike is on the ground, but boom. What? Hold on.
Rodan.
Yeah, right, okay. He was the only one with 100 HP.
Goodness me, Roden nails it with the judge up close, and Vitality looking to retake fast. Roden now only has the shotgun.
That ain't happening. I mean, he's very, very lucky that that snake bite is not getting that close.
Yeah.
But he rather dies. No kill for you, friends. And this brings them closer to the tie.
I mean, he gets it with a snake bite in the end. But yeah, fantastic from Vitality. They're standing tall at the start of the half. They needed it. 8-4. A little bit further than you'd like to go, but their defense looking a lot stronger. And we spoke about, you know, proactivity and ingenuity on the attack. Just wasn't quite there on Bind. Fair enough, you know, maybe BDS are just going to know all of these strats. They're going to be ready. They're not going to be caught out by it. There's a lot more variability. You can leave Vipers alone on sites. You can leave potentially even Brimstones alone on sites. So you can sort of overinvest in those rotates when you need to. But Vitality still holds strong. And they're playing strong on this defense. They're playing a lot better. But if you're taking trades like that, it might go the other way.
Found one.
Spike's going to be hitting the ground once more. And well, Vitality are somewhat on a streak at this point, though that 3 versus 3 looks doable, as we see that the BDS side of things are waiting patiently for something too aggressive. Oh, that didn't go according to plan at all. Shall be the only one that could turn anything around, but Logan doing himself a favor and waits time to open up the sky, I would feel like, but nope. Easy as that. BDS bring number 9 in their favor, and obviously, again, if something worth mentioning, this map, their choice.
Absolutely, and against Vitality, you need to be taking that map. This team will not take it on their own map pick. I mean, Vitality as well, they chose to start on attack, by the way. They had the side choice. And to me, it feels kind of odd. Maybe they didn't expect their attacks to be thwarted as swiftly as it was by BDS, as effectively. Maybe it's a better idea to start that defense, get those advantages in early and try and play to that momentum game. But you know what? I feel like they can still take it back here. Going over onto Icebox as well, this is a place where they can perform, where they can step up. And Vitality, I feel if they win here, it's going to be a 2-0 for Vitality, but they still have that way to go. They're 2 rounds down.
And I mean specifically Sinister from an economic forecast. It's not going to get any easier. But look who's playing hide and seek up there in the smoke. Is that beneficial though is the question, because oh no, that smoke is going to pass any second soon. While the battle on A is happening, nothing seems to come that fast on the B side. But here they go, BDS engaged. And as they march on, the fight has started over the control.
Trying to get on towards this B site, but the teleports come through. There's still 2 over towards A for the defense as well. Tak has control of U-Hauls, but they're going to know about that. They're going to know that there can be a player. Seekers come through, and they're trying to invest these ults to stop this plant going in. Gatch has that spike, and Vac nails a shot, sees the elbow, and nails another for Gatch. Huge positioning coming through for Vitality. 2 kills answered by BDS, but with only 17 seconds left on the clock, Shalabi needs to hold out on the spike.
Yeah, they seemingly don't realize what's happening. Left, right, and center, the players are coming in. Logan is starting good! Oh no, this can't be the clutch of him! Tries to find the spike and even brings it down in time, but the wall bang should work successfully. It doesn't go according to plan. The wall has now been delivered, but 1 headshot from Logan. You gotta stay calm and patient. No need for hectic movements. And he works around, plays around, goes for another reload. Time is his friend, don't forget that. But once the spike goes up, no, it is not happening. What a wild round we finish this. But Vitality once more take it with just a single soldier standing. Oh, a little heart attack over here in round number 17.
Goodness me, I mean, absolutely phenomenal from Logan. Found 2 kills out of showers, moved on, got the spike down, found 2 more kills out on the open site, took 2 players down on a wall bang as well towards Cubby. Fantastic step up there. Vitality, it looked like they had it on lock. They took everybody else out. Yeah. They went down. Look at that flick, that headshot, the ADS there nailing the shot into Browns. It gets all the way on up as well, but it wasn't to be.
The ADS was the wild thing. Honestly, I didn't think that would be the case.
But I mean, sometimes it works, you know?
Yeah, true.
Sometimes it works out. Not going to spot anything down long with the doggy. Has to fall back just a little bit on the defense for Vitality, but there's a spike and Brimstone as well to back it up. 2 players in hookah. Now they're looking to use that utility to move on through.
Aye.
Spike down.
Rude.
It's
Rude
absolutely
man.
this is so disrespectful. This goddamn stupid, annoying. Choose the word. It's disgraceful. But in the meantime, hey, yo, let me do the jump. He says, no opportunity for you as Akuma tries to jump out. Vitality seemingly look to hop into that driver's seat. Sender beheading the final player, bringing it to a 9-2-9. BDS got a decent amount of ults ready and also can get themselves another 2 for this round number 19, where it matters who's taking double digits first.
Yeah, I think that Vitality have the momentum here in terms of confidence. Shalabi is nuts on this judge. I mean, you can see his hand just there, and he's just like, click, 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 I'm getting kills. This is great. Getting 2 for a judge, that's great. Especially when you know that they're pushing up towards B, you can already start to isolate those angles. You've got presence over the rest of the site. You know that they're not going to be able to play up and sneaky with that judge, so you can take those ranged fights, and the pickup on the judge, not really going to impact it too much. That's what I think Shalabi knows. That's why he's playing so aggressive like that against pistols. And it executes perfectly. Now they're back over onto those rifles. BDS take a tactical timeout. Only 1 round won so far on this half. Looking pretty similar to Vitality's attack right now in terms of the round scores, and they weren't able to pick up a round until round number 9. So they're looking to try and turn the tables just that little bit earlier. Still yet to get a rifle over onto Gatch, so probably you're going to be investing in that. I think that the main question for me is, do you want to find an operator, challenge down that A short, or try and challenge on that B long, or are you going to stick to your guns? No, instead, just looking for another rifle, and maybe to go straight on in with those Seekers early into that round. Viper's Pit available on both sides, and the showstopper close for Shalabi.
Well, I'll gotta be honest with you. Sure, John, I want to give you another heart attack. Rix is right now about to find a 13-8 victory against Alliance on Haven. So, just telling you that real quick. We definitely got exciting games coming at us tonight. And you obviously can also watch at Valorant Esports for the amazing Alliance versus Rix. But for now, we stick with the action we have. The mainly French duel that is right now being led by no one. We're tied up whilst the A side is being attacked.
Spike getting stuck on down inside of the snake of the Viper Pit there. As Gatch is going to be able to get that one in. And they're going to keep that toxin screen up. There's plenty of force to be worried about. Sender takes the flank and Akuma goes down. So now we're playing at an advantage. Sender has that Viper's Pit progression as well. BDS answer with a rally of kills.
Yeah, even that revive will be used at the end of the day, but here comes the wall and another one. Oh, Takas is just running out in the open, knows about the players in Lambs. At least this is what it looks like. And this could be a surprise moment for the young player as only one more stands. Loki has probably no opportunity to turn this one around. The double digit secured, and here we go.
BDS take a crucial round with those rifles, keep that momentum in check just a little bit for Vitality, who now need to dig deep, pull it back. A lot of ults invested in that round. Both Viper's Pits, the res was taken as well to try and churn something out of this round. BDS do get the payout for it, but is it going to affect them in the long run? Loki still has that res available. You've got Vac with those Seekers. You've got the Showstopper on Shalabi. And the closest ult is the Showstopper on 4 out of 8 for Roden for BDS. This is going to be tricky coming up against these rifles, against such a heavy ult stack. Maybe not.
Disgusting usage of utility. I mean, perfect way to obviously clear out hookah. Don't get me wrong. And there's a smoke that's being put up to get lamps. Sender doesn't seem to be aware that this is a bit of an overused position by also his teammate Shalabi. So Rams and Cole got once more a tough task up ahead of him. It won't be that easy. The very bellicose BDS put the spike down.
Moving on through, Vitality looking for the retake, but I don't think it's too likely here. Do they want to invest the Seekers, invest that Showstopper? I feel like Shalabi wants to move on forwards, but charging back on up. Brahms and Vac find one each, and now it's only 3 that they have to worry about. Smoke's going to be popped on in for Vitality as Brahms looks to tap the defuse, and Akuma takes him down,
works.
finds 2.
Brilliant stuff again. I gotta say, I just enjoy this sort of gameplay when it comes down to a team like BDS, who's, you know, who always been somewhat innovative. When Astra came out, early adopter of specifically that agent. Now, once more early adopter when it comes down to picking up a player called Gach from Edelweiss, which is a beautiful little flower, in case you don't know. Mostly found in the Alps.
Okay.
Logo of a lot of Austrian and Swiss sprints and hiking courses and things like that. Whatever. Edelweiss. It's just a color. It's just a little flower. Remember it.
Inspiration for a song as well from The Sound of Music. So there you go. That's a little factoid. Don't worry about me. I'm up to date on my, what, 30s set musicals? Something like that? I'm not entirely sure.
That's cool.
Either way, up the B long they go, spike in hand towards that teleporter. BDS potentially looking to try and move through. No ults on the board for anyone at the moment, and BDS with the momentum advantage against pistols, looking good to take it to 12. This is their map pick. They need to do it here, and my exposition is done.
Thank you very much for that one. In the meantime, Act number 1 seems to be coming in with a flank. What Act number 2 is, well, it might be just very explosive. Or extinguishing the flames. Well, for now, it seems to be all working in favor of BDS. As also the Seekers are being used, they mean business, but the spike has been brought to the ground and delivered in the favor of Sender, who does not really land that snake bite according to plan, and now they try to counter each other. This is a brilliant fallback. Vitality are back in the fight, and Logan is the single soldier standing, beret on his head, but it doesn't make him the automatic elite that BDS needs, as he's hugging and clutching the corner close. 2 are coming back over the spawn. Another one from Hookah, as he found out previous. Oh, but he's scared. So many angles where they can come from. Now he knows that 2 are coming over the spawn. Logan seems to make this work. And will he become the hero? Yes, indeed. He's bringing it home for BDS. Number 12 secured. And it was on the edge. But Vitality can strike with full force.
Logan back to the wall, pulls out the claws and turns to Wolverine in that final clutch there. Beautiful to be able to line them up from the spawn. Sender maybe needed to drop a little bit earlier, be more into that fight, had the advantage in terms of numbers, but Logan does not let it slip. BDS hold on, and now they're at map point here in game number 1.
I think a very classic French saying would be a sacre bleu. It seems a bit surprising in what we have witnessed, how BDS turned something around that seemed impossible. But sometimes you gotta make those impossible things work. 3 more rounds Vitality would need for an overtime, and I'm not quite sure BDS will grant them the favor.
Well, you are coming up against Brahms, who has that orbital strike. You're coming up against a full rifle squad, and if there's one thing we know about this Vitality defense, is that it is strong. We've seen it in the first stages of this half. BDS getting some good picks, but barring triple kills, it's not gone their way. Great way to start it off for Vitality.
Exactly the fashion they needed in, and the thing is, some of those ults will take some time for the BDS side, so those live insurances, they can't sign the contract yet, but good start from Logan. Second also granted. The heal from his teammates, it's available.
Able to nail out 2 kills is phenomenal for BDS to hold on there. Shalabi needs to hit that. Blast pack, heads up, keep it alive, keep yourself in the advantage with the position. Let your team come to you. Get those rotates to come through, because you've got that orbital strike to play for your back. Elbow controlled. Logan takes Shalabi down at the back.
And he's waiting for it, doesn't he? Both have the same opportunity to use, but nope. None of them find anything. Brahms now spotted.
No.
Still finds the kill. So vital, so crucial. Leaving down to Rodent and Logan to be the ones turning it in favor of BDS. But will they do so? Brahms can't put on the cape. And this brings them home. BDS successfully taken home Bind. After back and forth and back and forth, it is at a successful blue, white, and pink.
Yeah, fantastic performance there from VDS to be able to hold out. It looked a little bit shaky, but their attacking half was enough. Off the back of their 8-4 defense half, I mean, that was a really solid performance from VDS in that circumstance. And to be able to come through on your attacking side, fantastic vitality. Probably just weren't, as we talked about during the broadcast, during the game, it felt like they just weren't ingenuitive enough on their attack. They weren't looking for the openings. While they were looking for them, they weren't trying to create them. And that's really what you need to be doing on a map like Bind that's so well known and developed in terms of strategy, and we didn't see it coming through from Vitality there. Despite...
Alright, sampai di sini dulu ya. Kali ini kita lanjut nanti malam. See you next live. Bye bye. Untuk saya. Bye. Jaga kesehatan dan jangan lupa tersenyum. So see you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.